Tan Hut presenting Rabbit Badger.
We have a new assignment. Part of the Mujahideen's arsenal against the Soviets is secretly supplied by the CIA. But the war continues to drag on with neither side gaining the advantage. Now though, the CIA have started supplying the guerrillas with a new weapon. Rumor has it that it could turn the tide of the war. The Soviets have heard about it, and it has them spooked. Now the Hamid Mujahideen will issue this weapon, but then they will wiped out in no time. Head to the fort of Dismasi Laman. Find the weapon before the Soviets, and bring it back to base fast. The new weapon is codenamed Honeybee. To the US, it's a vital military secret.
Hello, honeybees. See how it because we're going to get the... Anyway, welcome back to Metal Gear Solid 5. New episode, new character. This is Rabbit Badger, and he's on a mission to retrieve a weapon before it falls into the wrong hands, and we're going to follow him on that journey. A bit of a trek up to the fortress that we're heading to. For some reason, Pequod felt the need to drop us off about 1 billion miles from where we need to be. Not really sure why. I mean, I guess there is a person along the way who we might want to talk to. Well, like, you know, the option to be dropped off closer would be nice, you know. But Rabbit Badger here is riding his own horse, who I have dubbed Bullet, just now in my brain. This is something I actually didn't know about for a long time, but you can actually customize D-Horse if you build up the bond level enough, which I never did, because I think outside of the first mission where you automatically have D-Horse, I think I took him on missions 1 or 2 more times. I've never super been a fan of D-Horse. Of course, I do know now that he has his uses. But, you know, as I've said previously, once you upgrade your, prosthetic arm and you're able to run faster, there's really not a need for D-Horse.
A Soviet relay base. Think there's something in there that could lead us to the Honeybee?
Scoping the place out. There's a different set of guards, or maybe not a different set, but there's some of the guards, you know, will like go to sleep, I think, here.
If he is, he has to know something about the Honeybee.
There will be fewer guards patrolling around at night, but also there will be snipers along those walkways under the bridge. So, easier to sneak around in some ways, harder in others. Also, I never really noticed this before, but there's actually a delivery point here, as you probably just saw through the binoculars. I've never utilized that. Then again, I found that to a certain extent, these delivery checkpoints are kind of useless for the most part. They definitely do have their occasional uses, but not very often. So we want to try to get to that guy who's being interrogated on the other side of the bridge. Rabbit Badger is a no-nonsense, no-frills kind of guy, you know? Sort of your standard military dude.
Talk.
He also doesn't really care very much about expanding Mother Base or sparing human lives in general, so, you know, if it's easier to kill someone, he's probably going to do it. It looks like the vehicle taking that prisoner is about to fucking split out. Gotta act fast. Well, I don't know if I pointed this out before, but when throwing a projectile, like a grenade or something, if you hold down the throw button rather than just tapping it, you can actually, it'll extend your arc, like you'll throw it harder. So unfortunately, because the vehicle started moving, there's a cutscene that would normally play after picking this guy up that doesn't play here. I'm just going to go ahead and drop it in.
A survivor. One of the Hamid. Is he mute? He knows about it. This is our chance.
So yeah, I was a little slow on surveying the area, so the vehicle started moving before I was able to stop it.
Good news, boss. Looks like
But we were still able to retrieve him and get the info we need.
The guy's a mute, but he pointed out the whereabouts of the honeybee on a map. It's on your iDroid. Head on over there and retrieve it.
And now we'll just continue on to, I think, Desmase Laman is where we're heading. And at this point, I'm just kind of skipping ahead because it's really just a lot of riding the horse and trying not to get spotted. Although I do want to point out, if I haven't already, if you are trying to hide from enemies on your horse, you know, by straddling the side, if you click R3, which I don't know what the keystroke equivalent would be, but if you click the right stick on your controller, you will switch sides as opposed to like pressing X again, which just returns you to the upright position, which may get you caught. We are now at the fort. We just gotta get to the weapon and get on out.
At Smasse Fort, to Smasse Laman. Now to find the honeybee.
Given that this is a fort, there are a lot of people milling around. You'll probably notice there is another delivery point here. So, if you're stealthy enough, you could use the delivery point at that bridge and skip forward to here. Which I would have done, but like, you know, I'm cooler than that, so I did it the long way. So yeah. Also, it would have been kind of impossible to retrieve the mute prisoner and use the delivery point, because if the guards are even slightly suspicious of you, then you cannot use the delivery points, which is pretty annoying, to be honest. I mean, they implement this super obscure fast travel system with all these requirements to make it work, and then they hardly even let you use it because you have to be 100% incognito. So alternately, if you don't rescue the prisoner, he will be taken here and he will slowly lead the enemy combatants, whatever you want to call them, to the honeybee, so you can see them sort of walking in here. I think it'll pretty much start, that process will start with just whenever you arrive at the fort.
Камеры наблюдения уже установили?
Все до последней. Слепых зон у них больше, чем я думал. Не уверен, можно ли на эти камеры вообще положиться.
Но я не знаю, можно ли тут хоть на что-нибудь положиться. Но с ними мы можем лучше следить за периметром. Так ведь?
Наверное. Не узнаем, пока своими глазами не посмотрим на картинку с камеры.
Да. Что это?
It's funny to hear them mention the security cameras, which are in this game, but very seldom seen. I mean, they're only in a few select places. They're not even in this base, I don't think. They're in like some of the later bases, you know, you see much later in the game. I can only think of a couple locations. It's kind of just one of those things that kind of wonder why they're in the game if they're in it so little. Anyway, just avoiding that guy finding us, and we found a hole to crawl through. It conveniently leads directly to where we need to go. I always thought this was an interesting little cave area that you literally only have to go to one time. Getting spotted from all angles. Good enough. Enemy neutralized. That's probably what Rabid Badger sounds like.
Who would have thought they'd hide it there? You secured the target.
Got him.
You just need to bring it back. Call the chopper from your iDroid. You are not
Got him.
to use the honeybee. The order was to recover it with its ammunition.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I don't foresee us having to launch missiles. I mean, we're just sneaking in and out. Oh, a suspicious person, huh? I think that's profiling. What's so suspicious about a man crouch walking through your base? I mean, that's just, you know, open your mind a little bit. Anyway. We're gonna take a different route out because, you know, we got a big old honking missile launcher on our back now. Can't exactly go crawling back through that tiny little hole. It got suddenly very foggy. Misty? Is that a small child? Very Tarantino-esque foot shot. Although, I guess that would be very weird because it is a child. What a delicate balance that must be struck here to grip that giant metal hand tight enough to hold this person, but no tighter so as to not fucking crush his ribs or vital organs.
You look well rested, big boss. My. How you've changed. You became a demon for such little weapons as that?
Oh, he thinks he's talking to Big Boss. Ooh, that's awkward.
Well, I'm sure you'll see the bigger picture eventually.
Probably best just to not say anything.
If you get out of here alive. Rest in peace this time. I'll see you in hell, boss.
Yeah, I think you're thinking of someone else. It's not the boss.
What the hell was that thing? It was huge.
It's the skulls again.
It's the mist unit. The skulls. What's he doing to that soldier? Damn it, they're everywhere.
Boss time. As much as this game has bosses.
Maybe it's time to see what the honeybee can do.
I mean, I was told not to use the honeybee's ammunition, so... Rabbit Badger's very by the books, follows orders, not about to waste honeybee ammo. When his rifle will work just fine. Oh, those machetes are really doing a number. Oh god. Startling. Just gonna suck my thumb here for a second. So if this battle goes on for, what, more than 30 seconds, a minute, then all of the enemies will kind of disappear, mist will thicken, I guess to give you a breather. Obviously, given that I'm technically doing this late game and I have, you know, higher level weapons. Ooh, in the back. Since I have higher level weapons, went faster than it typically would if you don't use the honeybee.
You really are a living legend.
Hell yeah.
Now call the chopper to get out of there. Bring the honeybee back to base.
And then they run away like little bitches. Even if you take them out lethally. I think if you take them out non-lethally, they stay down longer. So, not really sure what that's about. Also, you normally can't call a chopper in here, but if you destroy this thing right here with a, I don't know, C4 grenades or something, if you destroy that, it'll allow you to call in a chopper right there. Also, you can grab the invoice there for the delivery thing. So you wouldn't be able to use the delivery point the first go because you need to grab the invoice, which I don't. Could you do that before you start the mission? Maybe I'll do some research and put the answer on screen, or not. We'll see. I seem to remember Kojima making some comments at some point whenever when Metal Gear Survive came out. And he was basically like, zombies in Metal Gear. Yeah, alright. I'll get your panties in a bunch, Miller. He was like, zombies in Metal Gear? That makes no sense. Because there were no zombies in Metal Gear Solid 5. Not a one. No zombies at all. None in this episode, to be sure. We haven't seen any.
So this unit in the mist, their speed, the way they jump, it's not human. And those deformities.
They attacked the Soviets too.
And that Grim Reaper look-alike in charge of them. That giant thing that carried him off. What the hell are they?
Cypher.
Well, what do they want? What's their objective? Why Afghanistan?
I don't know. Anyway.
There's one more thing troubling me.
What happened to the Hamid?
Exactly. Whole squads of hardened Mujahideen killed without a fight, and no trace of BC weaponry. What does it all mean?
PC, like...
That's what we're here to find out.
Before Christ?
Yeah, right. If we really need to know, the truth will reveal itself. Even if it's ugly.
They weren't carrying any spears or axolotls. I don't remember what an axolotl specifically is. Anyway, that was episode 3. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did like it, then like it physically, if you please. That'd be nice. But hey, stay tuned for the next one. It's gonna be equally a banger. We're gonna see Snake again. Snake's gonna be in the next one, so that'll be fun. Do check it out. Thanks again for watching this episode. I hope you have a lovely evening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.